Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the last lab, we have discussed some basic about image indices. And in image indices, we said that for any object, if you want to create some indices, we have to note the maximum and minimum reflection value in particular band using spectral signature. And using the information of maximum and the minimum reflectance of a particular feature in particular band, we create some indices. Like for vegetation, we have created ndvi, in which we have seen that it gives us maximum reflection in NIR and minimum in red. And then we formulated a formula for ndvi, near infrared minus red divided by near infrared plus red. Thereafter, we performed a lab using images from the Earth Explorer, and we calculated the extent of river using the Earth Explorer images and NDVI. And we learned various tools uh, like reclassification, like extract by attributes in QGIS, ArcMap, and ADAS Model Maker. After learning the basics, now we have to compute the third uh, index, that is soil adjusted vegetation index. In this lab, we will focus what is SAVI, soil adjusted vegetation index, why it is required, uh, and what is the need in presence of NDVI of SAVI. And later on, we will perform practically the NDVI as well as SAVI on an image and see what differences both these have, and what values of SAVI L factor we have to use in different vegetation cover studies. Thereafter, we will be finally concluding our lab. So, starting from the first, SAVI is basically soil adjusted vegetation index. And as you may have gone through your lectures, that this vegetation index, it was basically developed to reduce the effect of soil in vegetation, right? So SAVI, it showed evidence that isovegetation lines, these things you have covered in the lecture. Now important thing to note is that as we have calculated last time in the lab, NDVI, similarly now we will be calculating SAVI, that is using this formula displayed on your screen. Now here an additional factor L and multiply by 1 plus L is added, right? So this multiplicative factor 1 plus L, that is added to the NDVI equation, right? So this SAVI will have different values, like L value of 0 for high vegetation cover and L value of 1 for low vegetation cover. For intermediate vegetation cover, we will have an L value of zero point 0.5, right? So it was developed by Hute, and it takes on the aspects of both NDVI and PVI, and it will reduce the soil effect in vegetation studies. So this is some basic about the SAVI. In the lab, we will practically perform SAVI, and we will see that what effect it has on some image. In ADAS Imagine, we have to input our study area image in order to calculate SAVI. And we have two methods. The first one is to go to unsupervised section and click on indices. Now in the indices section, we will have a window displayed here. We have to input our study area image, and from the index section, we have to click SAVI, soil adjusted vegetation index. Make sure that your near infrared and red band, they are correct. Specify your output image. Specify your output image here, and you have to specify the L factor, that is 0.5, 0 or 1, depending upon the condition of the image. If you have a high vegetation cover, the value of L will be 0. If you have a low vegetation cover, it will have a value of 1, and for intermediate vegetation cover, it will have a 0.5 value, right? So once you have specified your L value, depending upon the data set you have, you have to click just OK, and it will be executed. The second method is to generate this equation of SAVI in Model Maker. Okay, the next method, after the indices of unsupervised section, was the toolbox model maker. So we have to go to the toolbox section, click on the model maker. Once our model maker will be opened, we have to input our image and define Sabi function and display the output. We will wait for a couple of seconds till the model maker window opens. Okay, here we have the model maker section. We have to input our raster, we have to define some function and our output image. We have to just link the input with the function and the function with the output. Now here we have to specify our input image, declare it as float, click OK. Now here you have to define your function, right? If you have a stacked imagery, you can just input it and define your function. Now the function, it is relatively complex as compared to the NDVI function. So what you have to do is to uh, first of all specify the NIR minus red. So open the bracket, specify NIR minus red, bracket close. Now the next thing is to multiply this numerator with 1 plus L or 1 plus 0.5. So multiply it with 1.5 if you have the L factor of 0.5, right? So 1 plus L factor whatsoever it is. Now the imagery I am using has high vegetation cover, so the factor value will approach to 0. So I will be taking point, let's suppose 2 or 0.15, right? Bracket close. Now we have the denominator, that is divided by near infrared plus red plus L, right? So here we will be defining divided by bracket open near infrared plus red plus we have the L value of 0.2, bracket close. So this is the method of applying the Sabi formula, right? Just you have to click OK and specify your output imagery here. You can write it as Sabi 1 or whatsoever your name is. Just you have to click OK, declare it as float single or float double and click OK. So this is the second method how to generate the Savi. First was to go to unsupervised section, click on the indices tab and click the index Savi. The next method is to use the model maker, and in the model maker section just input your image, output your image, and you have to define the function. So these are two different approaches to calculate it. Okay, the last the last part of this lab is to interpret our NDVI and Savi. So I have added here two layers, Savi and NDVI, and then I have used the reclassify tool in ArcMap. If you go to the search window and type reclassify, you will have a tool over here. In this reclassify section, I have input my Savi first, and then I made classes, right? And I had made three classes. One was negative values, second was 0 till 0.4, and the third was from 0.4 and high, which represent vegetation, healthy vegetation, right? So similarly I created for NDVI three classes. First one I had entered 0, then I have entered 0.4, and the last value I have entered 1. Due to the L factor, here you can see that Savi value, it is slightly crossing my one range, one upper limit, right? It is 1.1, you can rescale it, right? So just click OK. Now after doing this, I have extracted I have these two reclassified, NDVI and Savi, and then once I have the reclassified, then I use the tool of extract by attribute in ArcMap. Now this tool allows you to extract a specific class. You just have to input your reclassified Savi or NDVI and in where class you have to get the value. For example, my class was class 3 to that was zero point 0.4 and higher, right? You just have to click OK and execute this button, OK. So you will have output here. Now what I got after the whole process was that in yellow you can see I have the Savi output, and in black you can see brown color, you can see I have NDVI output. Now if you zoom to some area, you will notice that the results of Savi, they are much more accurate and better than the results of NDVI. So this thing we have studied in theory that Savi, it reduces the soil effect and improves your the study of the vegetation. So this is a basic comparison of NDVI and Savi. This is all for today's lab, and inshallah in the next lab we will be exploring some more tools in ERDAS Imagine. Now if you zoom into any area that has some vegetation and just uncheck what we have extracted, and if you visualize this area here, which is vegetation cover. Now if I want to view this in NDVI, right, so you can see that some patches of vegetation, they are not properly extracted, and similarly when you click on the Savi, you will see that it has properly delineated all the vegetation cover. So this is the basic difference between both of the two tools.